We're going to have to get to game number 4 first because it's getting underway right now. Greensheep needs 2 straight, and Neirea is on match point with 2 straight.
This is kind of the comfortable spot for Greensheep, though. This is where he's been in almost all of his matches so far. And Neirea really mixing it up here, playing Paladin.
We've been seeing a lot of Blessing of Kings lately.
Yeah, they've been killing a lot of people, too. Great mulligan here for Greensheep.
Yeah, always good to have Neirea in your starting hand with multiple options to couple it with, and 2 Knife Jugglers. These are some of the best minions you can have versus Paladin if they don't have the early pressure.
Yeah, and you can see in Neirea's hand, he's got a really control-centric, things like Consecration and Lay on Hands are great against what things that Greensheep is trying to do in his matches.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take his time, though. Iron Beak Owl, not a bad draw in the situation. He's going to really think this one through. What are the implications of using Iron Beak Owl in this spot?
Yeah, I mean, you get answered by a few things. Stuff like Void Walker is really, really bad for you here. You don't break through anyway going forward. I mean, you do have a Muster for Battle behind that, but yeah, you do have a Muster for Battle behind that, but you're getting a spot that you don't really like, and then if we're going to see from Greensheep, he has a second Knife Juggler. This could be a huge blow for him. Yeah, he's just going to make a 1-1 here.
I don't blame him in this spot.
There's so many better targets for Iron Beak Owl than this Knife Juggler.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, Neirea, one of the most frightening ones as well, and that's what he's going to see straight away. Misses the juggle, but no reason to pick off this minion either. I don't think he expects something like Abusive Sergeant or Blessing of Might from this deck, but you can see Neirea just going, oh yeah, missed the shot. So he's going to be able to pick off this Knife Juggler here, and now he's the one who's got control of the board. Greensheep has to answer this.
Sounds like Macho Man Rainy Savage just made another appearance here in HPL.
Whoa, what a draw that one is. That's going to enable Neirea. But he also has Knife Juggler in his hand. I mean, he's got plenty of ways to start fighting against his board pressure, but wants to use the ones that are a little bit more difficult to use, I would say.
Yeah, this is actually a better setup against Consecration as well. The thing that you're going to expect Neirea to have in this spot a lot of times.
Yeah, this looks like a very strong Iron Beak Owl turn. Big question is, does he actually take out this Void Walker, or does he just leave it around? He's got Quartermaster in his hand too. He'll have 3 tokens. It kind of gives Greensheep an opportunity to attack you instead, and that would end up being a mistake because Quartermaster would just swing the board back around in his favor.
Yeah, I think you're actually going to see Neirea do that. He might just make a 1-1 and pass here.
Let's see exactly what he wants to do. Nope, just going to take it slow. Now Greensheep does have an opportunity to misstep here a little bit. I think he's considering that, though. We've seen players face off against this kind of pressure before, and usually they end up picking right.
Also, just having Knife Juggler in his hand, it just helps him out here. It's kind of going to lead him down the path he needs to go from here.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Abusive Sergeant, not going to get a ton of value for it. The other thing this is doing, though, this is beautiful for Neirea. If something like Knife Juggler did come up, it really puts Greensheep in a spot where he's going to have to extend into this board pressure. So chopping the first one down, chopping the second one down.
Yeah, he's going to push for damage.
Yeah, 4 damage is a little bit too much to pass up for him.
This is a pretty good Consecration.
Yeah, I mean, how much better could it possibly get? Plays the one from the right side, too. It looks like that was just drawn. Yeah.
The Greensheep might be tilting a little bit. That he's a young guy. He's very emotional. Wears his heart on his sleeve. I actually love that from a lot of players. But playing it from the right side of your hand just to get him a little bit more, Greensheep pays attention to that kind of stuff. So he knows that that's the card you drew that turn.
Doesn't have a shortage of pressure, though. Dr. Boom's going to be rolling up.
Oh, the Blessing thing shows up.
What a draw from Neirea. Look at Neirea's face. Like, oh, yeah, why not? This one's pretty darn good. Strumming his banjo. Just doing whatever it takes to get this game. Greensheep under a ton of pressure now. He has to get something rolling this turn, but he's got no good minions to add. Doomguard had a risk discarding Dr. Boom. That's one of the ones
he needs. Picks up an Abusive Sergeant with no value. I mean, he's probably just played this Void Terror because it checks the 5/3.
Yeah, I think he has to.
He's going to make his Void Terror bigger here. Interesting.
Yep. I don't mind this either. Doesn't want it to just like straight up be answered by like a Consecrate in a 1/1 either. So this does kind of maybe force Neirea's hand, but with the hand that he's got, I don't think he feels uncomfortable with that whatsoever. Yep. Oh, Quartermaster too. It protects against that. It's actually a really strong point as well. Neirea looks like he wants to leverage his life total.
That is a 7-5.
Good old Silverhand recruit.
Doing some honest work here.
Looks so uncomfortable against this, just wondering himself, where did this all go wrong? Felt like he had such a strong start, and Neirea just had all the
Neirea is down to 12, though. Just that is something we're talking about here.
Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, Dr. Boom could add You know, I mean, he could actually potentially die to Dr. Boom.
Well, he has Lay on Hands next turn as well, so he can go back up to 20. But Greensheep has a Dr. Boom here, and he has Doom Guard plus, like, you know, Defender of Argus. Some crazy things could happen going forward.
Oh my
For the
gosh.
man who has everything, why not?
Just what a pickup from Neirea, just able to answer everything at every single step.
If the card from the right of his hand comes out here, like if he plays the Big Game Hunter, you might see Greensheep just lose it.
I mean, you can't feel that much worse about this
Yeah,
match.
of course.
I mean, everything's already been a nightmare.
Yeah, look at Greensheep's face, just full-blown
Yeah,
monkey tail.
Just why not? just why not? And this is so much damage. Is this actually, no, it's a couple points away from lethal damage, but just nothing to get done here. Sludge Belcher, this is nail in the coffin territory. Greensheep needs a miracle to pull this one out. And second Doom Guard doesn't look like it's going to be near enough.
Gives him the threaten, I like it.
Yeah, Doom Guard gonna get jammed on the board and even discards the other Doom Guard.
Neirea is very, very thankful for this game. That's all I'm saying.
Smiling and Greensheep. He's got his, you know,
Have a little fun with
he's
each
got to
other.
smile himself too.
I'm sure they know each other at least a little
I mean,
bit.
playing back good sports along every single step of the way. I mean, what can you do? This is Hearthstone sometimes.
It's the most emotes I've
here
ever
we go.
seen.
Here we go.
Get some BM, I love it. Get this Knife Juggler in there.
Yep, just here's the
He's
consecration.
going to show him the consecration from the left side of his hand, too.
By the way, still had all these as well.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it. Greensheep just unable to get things on his side of the board. Neirea, dominant performance in this match so far.
Yeah, moves up to 5-2 here in HPL, really cementing his case to be a top 8 competitor here in this tournament.